Recording. All right. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of To Whom This May Concern, the podcast. I am Ariel.
And I am your girl, Kim K.
And after what? And there it is. The video cut out again. Okay, great. You know what? 2 tears in a bucket. Fuck it. Sometimes you just gotta go with what you got.
Ooh, baby.
And pray to God that this does what it's supposed to do, because sometimes the sound doesn't record on this thing. We'll see.
We'll see.
All right, Kim, how are you?
I'm great. It's been a minute. I know our listeners missed us. It's been a while.
It has been like you've been out here jet setting all over the world.
Yeah, I've been summering.
Summering
For me.
All right, so you actually recently went to Essence Fest. I was gonna go this year, but me and my social anxiety decided that we were not going this year. Mm-hmm. One of my favorite artists was gonna be there, Lucky Day, and I was like, I want to see him so bad, but not in a festival setting. So I'll hang tight till he back at the House of Blues. But how was it? I saw a lot of chatter about just like the celebration of Blackness that happened at Essence Festival.
It was amazing. We had blackety black time. The show was amazing. The experience at the convention center that we had, it was amazing. I actually had a chance to see Lucky Day. He did wonderful.
I know he did. He's amazing. I love him.
Janet Jackson, she did her thing. Of course, Jasmine Sullivan did her thing.
I forgot about her.
Yes, Patti LaBelle got up there and crip walked. Yeah.
Not Patty. Did you see that she was coming out with a new line of hotcakes or pancakes?
Yeah, I seen something about that.
Them pies nasty as hell. Why have you not worked on them pies before you decide to go do something else?
Listen, I don't like the pies. I don't even know what the big deal was about it.
It's too much nutmeg in them damn pies.
Sorry, TT, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I buy one every year because it's Auntie Patty, but like I take it to locations where I don't care about. like the company potluck, I'll roll it up in there. They don't know no better.
Right. So it was a great time,
Yeah.
2 years was too long, and you could tell because everybody enjoyed themselves.
Yeah, I was that outside.
Outside. It was a blast though.
All right, we had a couple of topics to talk about. I gotta look them up because I don't remember them.
I know one of them we were going to touch on Nipsey Hussels' murderer being found guilty.
Yeah. I feel like we knew that was coming, but at the same time, some of us were still a little apprehensive because the justice system ain't always been very friendly to us, and like he was like trying to pull out all the stops to not.
Yeah. And it was indifferent because, as we know, the LA Police Department, they did not like him. They didn't like Nipsey Hussle because of what he was doing in the community. Of course, he was a former gang member. So, that was about, and then there was conspiracy saying that the police department had something to do with it. So it was kind of up in the air. And I did see what his brother said, that they wasn't even attending the court dates and stuff. They didn't want to be there. Their lawyer would just come back and tell them, what's going on, because they was gonna relive all that stuff.
And I was just about to say that, like that's the messy part of when you go to seek justice of some sort through the legal system. You get a lot of details that you probably didn't have before, and it was for good reason why you didn't know any of that shit took place. That is incredibly traumatizing. So like it's good to hear that the family decided, we're not gonna put ourselves through that. We're going to have better memories of him than all of this.
Right. And then right before that, they were able to go ahead and open a store, one of their stores under their brand. Of course, the Marathon. So they opened up their dispensary. So that's open. They did that like a week or so before the conviction of this man.
And it's funny because like I had been out of the loop with all of that. I've been out of the loop about a lot of stuff, unless it shows are like in my show prep for work, because I've purposely kind of steered clear of social media.
Right. Definitely understood. There's so much going on.
Yeah, the whole overturning of Roe v. Wade. Like I feel like people just went so crazy with that whole thing, and regardless of what side you fell on, it's so much fear mongering that's happening. Again, regardless of what side you fall on of the issue, everybody is trying to scare the other side into seeing their point. And I'm like, can everybody relax for a second?
Right. I mean, it's a number of views you could take from it. Of course, we know firsthand a lot of, let's just keep it real, a lot of the Caucasian community, they can pay and go overseas to have abortions done.
Yeah.
They got the money for that. Our community, on the other hand, our culture, they don't have that so much. So we will be producing like crazy. But not only that,
or not even producing like crazy, but like think about all of the unsafe back alley abortions that happen when you cannot afford them.
Exactly. Me and my oldest brother, we were talking, and he was saying how when he was younger, he remembered my mom's best friend dying from an abortion because, of course, it was done the not so professional way.
In the hotel room. I mean, think about like all those girls that cannot afford safe cosmetic surgery. So, you know, they had that story, that lady that was basically filling people's bodies with cement because it was easier to go find her in a motel and get your booty pumped through with cement than it was to, you know, or taking those trips overseas to get them done. Like now it's going to become, we're going to start looking at unsafe practices to handle this situation. And that, then
it was looked at from another point of view because, you know, the white community, their population ain't populating like it used to be.
It's so
they becoming outnumbered, and so that's a scare tactic for them. So a lot of that takes place into why things were. It's just a lot.
Because at the end of the day, like let's all be honest. Even though it is a social issue, there was a political power move that happened.
Exactly.
And I think part of it had something to do with population, but I think the biggest part had to do with Christian supremacy.
Of course.
Because Christianity was starting to fizzle out. And in order to control the herd, you still have to have that religious base. And control has been maintained through Christianity from the foundation of this country. So let's not pretend like this ain't that.
Right. Because it's definitely that.
Definitely
that, honey. So
it's that was a mess. Okay, I'm like scrolling through and I can't find any of it. We done text about a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we have. It's in me and your thread.
Yeah, I'm looking at me and your thread, which is wild because like I didn't even realize like our thread had.
Right.
Okay.
But if you can't find it, maybe I should look. Let me try.
I see the one about Nipsey. And because this is like really how podcasts go in real true life.
It really is. But if all else fails, you know what I got?
What?
So I don't know if people have been tuned in to this actual page and podcast, tonight's conversation, but these are the cards. So we actually can pick a topic from here if you want.
I love that. Yay, let's go.
Right, so this topic is going to be relationship debates. And what we may do, we may just pick a topic every other week just to touch on briefly, but we're going to make this the topic of the show.
I love that.
Yes, let's do that. So let's see here. I want to get a good one.
Okay.
Look
at that smile. That smile. I got something.
Yeah, Dad. Hold on. Let me browse one more time.
Okay.
And see if I think I want to touch on that because this kind of. Okay. A woman's best friend is a chronic cheater. Her significant other feels uncomfortable and doesn't want them going out together. Is he reasonable or unreasonable? Would that be a reasonable or unreasonable situation?
Okay, so righteously, I could see why he would be like, this ain't that.
Right.
Now, does that necessarily mean that because I feel like this is one of those and situations, not like a or, but an and situation. right? There's some duality here because you are validating why you feel what you feel, but at the same time, like respect the fact that that's my homegirl and we gonna kick it. But at the same time, you also wonder if you are committing yourself to the pursuit of healthy relationships,
there should be trust.
There should be trust, but does that friend really still reflect who you are? Because something about friendships is like I've watched as I've changed as a person, my friendships start to reflect where I'm going,
right,
where I'm at.
Right.
And if I ain't there no more doing no like fuck shit, has the dynamic of me and homegirls relationship changed? Are we now deep associates and not necessarily friends?
Right. What? And I'm gonna go to this. Not saying any of my homegirls are chronic cheaters.
Right.
But just in our girl circle,
all
of us are different.
Right.
All of us are different.
Yeah.
We play by our own damn tunes.
We do.
I said that to say, just because my homegirl cheat, what the hell they got to do with me? For one, I'm not gonna pillow talk with you about my homegirl.
Big period.
So
Big period.
I'm not even gonna give you reason to think, oh, her homegirl cheat, so her ass, you know what I'm saying? So,
which is another thing. I'm glad you brought that up because that is really wild. Like, I don't understand why you would tell your guy everything about, just like how I've noticed, like we don't go into like deep dark details about whatever romantic relationships we're dealing with. I assume that y'all don't do that with the guys that y'all are
right
associated with.
Exactly. Yeah, so that's one of those situations where sometimes you just need to shut the hell up, because you might be putting yourself in a situation where your guy don't want you messing with her because you talking too much. Don't want you even being friends with her. Okay, we're gonna do another one.
Okay.
This one we should embark on, because I'm sure this happened a lot. Your friend with benefits arrives at your house unannounced. They text, "I'm outside," and you're in the bed with the person you hope will become your significant other. What do you do?
Hold on, I'll be right back. Because I'm gonna walk outside and I'm gonna act a whole fucking fool. Because first of all, how dare you pull your ignorant ass up to my house this time of motherfucking night? That's me in the parking lot. Or in the driveway. Like, how dare you pull up to my house this time of night? Because one thing about me, I'm very transparent. Like any man that I have any involvement with is aware like he's not necessarily the only one. Not that I'm like, oh yeah, and I talk to blah 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 and blah 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 blah. If it ever comes up, it's like, no, you may not be the only one. I ain't gonna go into detail. I ain't gonna tell you who that is. I'm not gonna tell you how many it is. It's just, hey, right now I am filling out my my options. You know, there's a roster. What maybe not so much in those words, but you are aware in some way, shape, or form that you're not the only one. So it wouldn't like come as a surprise, like, you know, oh, there's somebody else. But at the same time, it's like, it's the disrespect of you pulling up to my spot unannounced. And I don't care what relationship we have. There's never, my mother doesn't pull up to my house unannounced. Right. I don't pull up to my mama's house unannounced, because you never know what people are doing. Or even if they are at home to begin with. Okay, story time. Oh, come on. When I was younger, when I say this had to be, it's been a long time ago. I said that. Maybe 2011, 12. I don't remember. Anyway. Okay. My then ex at that time, we were separated. We wasn't talking anymore. We was separated. Yeah. Well, my little red ass have company. And it seems like every time some shit going on, this ex would pop up at my house unannounced. I'm talking about, we're in a knocked out. Me and this
potential significant other.
Uh-huh.
Then out. I hear my window. I'm like, what?
Not at your window.
At my window. At my window. And it just was so crazy because it looked crazy. It looked like I probably had still been dealing with this person. And
Yeah.
oh God, I was not.
Because this fool is at your fucking window like a creep.
That's in that case, he care. He saw a car that boy, my phone was ringing, text was coming in. I was all kind of everything. I was like, well, we're together. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? But yeah, so that's my story time. But that is a hell no. You do not come to people's house
right
unannounced. And especially if there's no commitment title, that ain't your potential anything.
So I don't know that I will ever honestly run into that issue simply because 9 times out of 10, they don't know where I live.
Okay.
And which goes back to some old shit that I need to unpack, because if I'm fooling with somebody and I can't even tell you where I live the entire time, why am I fooling with you?
Exactly.
Why the hell? Like, I be making decisions that just, and at the time they seem like some, why they seem, it seems like a great idea. And now that I think about it, now that I'm unpacking relationships, I'm like, bitch, what were you doing?
Right. What the hell were you doing?
What the hell are you doing? Why would you be fucking with somebody that you feel like you can't tell them where you stay at?
Right. That's
wrong with you. Yeah. That's terrible.
Fix that shit, friend. Woo, Lord.
Girlfriend got some issues.
All right, everybody do. Everybody trying to figure this shit out. I say that all the time. Everybody's trying to figure it out. So it is what it is. But yeah.
That's a lot deeper than trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
But that's okay, because you know what? No, I won't like play myself like that, because like sometimes I make, reasonable decisions, and other times I'm like, bitch, what are you doing?
Right.
What was the point of that? Make that make sense.
When I'm listening to Jasmine Sullivan Hotels, I'd be like,
girl, that I remember the first time I heard Hotels and that song Bodies came on. I keep on piling our bodies on, but I was like, oh, Jasmine. Spiritually,
girl. That was the first song that's what she came out on at the Essence.
I was like, that's me too. And why do I keep piling these bodies up?
Every female can relate to that album in some way out of one of those songs. If you ain't a woman, I'm just saying.
And that's the funny part, because like she even described it as that, like she wrote this for women, because when you hear the album, either you relate to it or a friend who dealt with that exactly.
Mm-hmm. And then on the deluxe, she slid in guys on that roster song.
And so you know what? I really have not sat with the deluxe version of it yet.
When you just said something about you have roster, go listen to the roster song. For real. And it's a guy, because before every song they have a person telling a story.
Yeah.
To that song.
Yeah.
But it's a guy telling his story leading to the roster, where he was messing with this girl and he had caught feelings, and he was ready to make it a thing. And like, hold on, you ain't. He said he had cut off his whole roster.
Yeah, this ain't that, baby.
And the old girl was like, this ain't that. Wait a minute.
Okay, so the question is now. I'm glad you brought that up, because I think often it comes up like, oh, if we said in the beginning, like we was just fucking no feelings, now you done switched up on me. Like, how does that conversation go? Because I feel like you cannot, especially at the very beginning of fooling around with somebody, be like, this will never be anything.
I mean, it's another conversation should be had.
Right. Because I've oftentimes seen people be like, oh, you mad because I already told you what it was and I'm not going to change my mind. You can't switch the game up on me now. Like, yeah, I can, because nothing is constant.
The conversation needs to be had, but this is what I'll tell anybody, man or woman, is that when you're in a situation and that's how it started off, don't care how they made you feel, what they do, what
Mhm.
y'all do, you still have to play back in your mind what came out of that person's mouth. Because
Yeah.
until you say something totally different, it's still y'all just fucking around. You got to learn how to control those feelings.
And so then do you ask, hey, you know what? I think I kind of want to be in my feelings about you. Like, can we do that? Or is that off limits?
At that point, it's time to have a conversation. Whatever
Yeah.
you feel, you should address. And
Right.
at that point, you will know from the conversation if there's some shit I want to continue to keep doing, or is some shit you don't want to keep doing.
Yeah.
But definitely, you should express your feelings and how you feel.
Yeah.
And if it's not what you're feeling, even after the fact, after your feelings have changed, do you still want to carry on, or do you not? Like at that point,
Yeah. Because I've talked to a lot of women that are like, well, I don't even know if I can say something. It's like, just say it. Just say it. And because I think the fear is, oh, they'll go away. Well, maybe they need to.
Let me tell you something. I don't hold back nothing. If it's something I'm feeling, I'm going to say it. If I feel anything, I'm going to share it, because I'm not going to be dealing with a situation in discomfort, knowing I'm feeling some kind of way and I'm holding it in, hurting myself, pressure bust a pipe. No, I'm not doing that. So I'm gonna tell you, and how you react to it or take to it or whatever,
It's
that's
on
how,
you.
right, that's how we gonna know how we're gonna move forward.
Yeah.
As simple as that.
And after that, it's just after that. Yeah.
It's just that. So yeah. So girls, open up your mouths. If it ain't what you want to hear, move along. If
Say
y'all
something while you in here.
y'all can come to a common agreement on something, then there it is.
And if not, then that's probably not a relationship that you should continue pursuing.
That's it.
It is okay for you to spend a significant amount of time by yourself, and that's the one thing, like I have honestly realized now that I'm like, trying to hold to a standard. I spend more time alone than actually involved with the person.
And you probably like that. I mean, it's to each his own.
Yeah, well, to an extent, like,
because you're still honing in and trying to fix your shit.
Yeah.
So the time alone that you're having alone is necessary, is needed.
Right. Because I think at the beginning of the time alone was like survival mode. So I did not care. And now it's more in like, okay, we got to switch from survival mode and this whole healing aesthetic to, bitch, we get to live now.
Right.
But what does living look like? Because that's a little bit different from when we were in survival mode. In survival mode, we were, and it's funny because like I just guest started on this podcast where I talked about how basically I became the villain. Like the very things that I did not like about men, I turned into those things. And I was so destructive. And I even talked about you because I didn't realize like how destructive I was until there was a conversation that we were having and you pointed something out and I was like, oh shit. All right, now I gotta go deal with that.
I was like, don't say that no more.
Don't say that no more. And you could, oh fuck, now I can't remember what it was.
I can't remember,
but it triggered something. And I was like, oh shit, like I didn't even realize like how I went down a rabbit hole, basically.
Let me tell y'all something. 9 times out of 10, when we conversate, we debate. And sometimes she listen. Well, I think she listen all the time, but I know when I make her ass mad. But
yeah, listen, look. Whenever Kim speaks, I am listening. Now, don't think for one second that I don't still want a good debate. I am. I don't know if y'all have ever taken those personality tests. Yeah. Where it's like what is it called? Like the ENJ something Anyway, my personality came back as a debater, and it's not because I want to change anybody's mind, and it's not because I even think I'm right. It's just because I like to debate with people. I love to pick people's brains, and our other two friends won't really like engage when I start debating, but Kim will engage me every time. And there are times where she is absolutely right. I know she's right, and I won't tell her that I know she's right because I want her to debate with me.
And the other two, they will not engage at all. I'm like, do they understand we're just debating? It's all
it's
love.
fine. Like nobody has to change their mind. Nobody has to feel a different way. It is still love. I just love a good fucking debate. And she always engages.
Well, it makes it healthy, and it actually helps you to communicate and debate with others.
Yes.
In a
non-confrontational way.
Yeah. So it's basically like practice to get you ready for, other people. So
yes,
at all. It was the meme that I shared. I was like, this me and Ariel. It's two people in the group chat that's always back and forth. And it's me
and it be me and her. but yeah, to the original point, that was when I realized like how much I thought that I had, come to terms with a certain thing. And I was like, that Outkast song where it's like, you like to think your shit don't stink, but you lean a little bit closer. Like that was my, oh my God, my roses.
Smell like ooh.
I know. Oh shit. And I didn't know it. I had become the very monster that I was like, I'm going to fight. I saw men as predators, not as partners. I was like, this is wild. But and the original question was that he had asked me was, do your friends, when you are in like the group chats and y'all talking about something and it gets to the fuck these niggas type scenario, do they, go along with you with that, or are they gonna call you on your shit? And I was like, not mine. They not with none of that. They will call you on your shit immediately. If you're wrong, they're gonna tell you, nope, you're wrong. Sorry. Not sorry.
That's what friends are for.
Period. Big period.
Oh, yes. So I think that was great tonight's conversation. Those cards came in handy. So whenever we kind of iffy on the topic, we're gonna go to these cards.
You know what? I think I'm gonna find us a deck as well.
Good job. Let's do that.
That way we can, we got options.
Right. We got options.
Your deck, my deck. I like this.
If you don't follow that page, don't IG follow it. It is some great.
What is it called? Because I actually now wanna follow it.
It's called Tonight's Conversation.
Tonight's Conversation.
Very great topics. Like,
oh, I see it. Just like right there.
Yes.
All right, good. Well, thank you.
Yeah. So we're sorry we've been gone, but we're gonna get our shit together. We're back on it. I'm not done summering, but I'm gonna be more in tune to what needs to be done, and we're gonna make sure y'all hear from us.
Well, we are now at a space where we can get our schedules back together. But in the meantime, you can always still just like kind of stay in touch with past episodes on YouTube, on all social media platforms at the number 2, Whom This May Concern, the podcast. So make sure you check that out.
Yes, and subscribe.
Get your subscription on, sis. Don't you want that notification so that when we do upload episodes, no matter how long we've been gone, yeah, it comes straight to you. There you go. Amen. Praise God. All right. I am Ariel.
And I am Kim K. And we'll see you next time.
We out. Where's the stop button?